friends, welcome to today's class. This is a mathematics class for 6th standard students. In the last 4 classes, we were discussing about angles. And in the last class, we had learned how to draw an angle and how to give names to angles. I hope you all remember that classes. If you want to watch that classes again, I'm giving the link of that classes in the description box. You can watch that class again. So we had learned how to draw angles. You can also use GeoGebra for drawing angles. So you will learn about GeoGebra when your school reopens. Okay. Today, let's start our class with this figure. I hope you all familiar with this figure. What is this? This is dividing a circle into 6 equal parts. And if we divide a circle into 6 equal parts, the angle formed at the center of the circle for each part will be 60 degrees. So I hope you all know how to draw this. So let's draw this again. For that, first draw a circle using compass. Then draw one radius. Now you have to place your protractor at the center point. Then measure from the right side up to 60 degrees. So you will get a point here. Now join this. So you got one part of 6 equal parts. Here I am drawing only one portion. We know that this is one part of 6 equal parts. So how can we represent this in fractions? We know that the total angle is 360 degree. So this angle is 60 degree of 360 degree. So we can write this as 60 by 360. And if we divide 60 by 10, we will get 6. And 360 by 10, we will get 36. So now we got 6 by 36. We can again reduce this fraction. So for that, divide 6 by 6, we will get 1. And 36 by 6, we will get 6. So this part can be represented as 1 by 6th portion, or this fraction, or the equivalent fraction representing this figure is 1 by 6. Now let's do another activity. Here draw a circle and draw one radius. Now place your protractor and measure 45 degree. So you got a 45 degree angle. And do you know how much part is this 45 to the total part? I hope you all know this because in the previous classes we had divided a circle into 8 equal parts and angle of each part were 45 degree. So you know that this is one part of 8 equal parts. So how can we write this 45 degree as fraction? We know that this is one part of 8 equal parts. We can write this as 45 by 360. And if we divide this 45 by 5, we will get 9. And 360 by 5, we will get 72. Again, we can divide this 9 by 72 using 9, right? So if we divide 9 by 9, we will get 1. And 72 by 9, we will get 8. So the corresponding fraction is 1 by 8. That means this 45 degree is 1 by 8th part of this whole circle. Okay. Now look at this figure. Here we can see a circle is divided into 10 equal parts and one part is shaded. Can you say the measures of the angles of each part? What will be the angles? Here we know that if we divide 360 by 10, we will get 36 degree. So angle of each part will be 36 degree. I hope you know this. Now, can you represent this 36 degree in terms of fractions? How can we write this? 36 by 360. And if we divide it by 36, we will get 1 by 10. So this 36 degree is 1 by 10th part of this circle. So 1 by 10th part of a circle is equal to 36 degree. Now let's shade one more portion. So now the total angle will be 36 plus 36, that is 72 degree. So how can we represent these two parts in terms of fractions? Here for one part, we represented it as 1 by 10. So if it is two part, we can represent it as 2 by 10. That is 2 part of 10 equal parts. So 2 by 10. And if you reduce this 2 by 10, we will get 1 by 5. And 1 by 5 is equal to 72 degree. Okay. Like this, you can use fractions to represent these angles. So you have an activity. In your textbook, page number 17, you can see 3 questions. First one is, can you draw angles of sizes given below using set squares? So you had learned this in your 5th standard. So draw this 4 angles using set square. Second one is, in the figures below, calculate the fraction of the whole circle the green and yellow parts are. Here one part is colored as yellow and the other part as green. So you have to write the fraction corresponding to this parts. Third one, draw circles and mark the fractional parts given below. Color them also. Here there are 5 questions. 5 fractions are given to you. You have to draw a circle and mark these fractions or draw these fractions in that circles. Okay. Next activity. Let's draw a circle and I am giving 12 points at equal distance. So like this, I'm marking 12 points. Then I'm giving numbers to these points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. So where you can see this? You can see this in clocks. There are many problems using clocks. First, I will show you a puzzle. So here, let us divide this clock using these lines. So in each section, you can see 2 numbers. And if we add 12 plus 1, we will get 13. 11 plus 2, 13. 10 plus 3, 13. 9 plus 4, 13. 8 plus 5, 13. And 7 plus 6, 13. That means if we add the numbers of each section, we will get 13. Next relation. If we take 7 and 6 as 76 and if we add 9 to 76, we will get 85. And if we add 9 to 85, we will get 94. And if we add 9 to 94, we will get 103. And if we add 9 to 103, we will get 112. And if we add 9 to 112, we will get 121. Like this, you can make many other relations. So here you can see a picture of a clock and the time shown is 3 o'clock. And we know that this small one is hour hand and this large one is minute hand. And can you say what is the measure of angle between this hour hand and minute hand? We know that this is a right angle, so this angle will be 90 degree. Now the time is 1 o'clock. And can you say what will be the angle between this hour hand and minute hand? How can we find that? In the previous class, we had divided a circle into 12 equal parts and angle of one part is 30 degree. Here also you can see 12 equal parts. So the angle of one part will be 30 degree. Or else we can say that this hour hand will complete one full rotation in 12 hours. Or we can say in 12 hours, this hour hand will rotate 360 degree. So for rotating 1 hour, so how much it will rotate in 1 hour? 360 by 12 is equal to 30. So in 1 hour, this hour hand will rotate 30 degree. How much time will a minute hand take to complete a full rotation? It will take 1 hour. That means a minute hand will rotate 360 degree in 1 hour. And here we got the angle between this hour hand and minute hand as 30 degree. So for 1 hour, the angle is 30 degree. And when it is 2 o'clock, the angle will be 2 times 30. That means 2 into 30 is equal to 60 degree. And for 3 o'clock, the angle will be 3 into 30 is equal to 90 degree. And at 4 o'clock, angle between these two hands will be 4 into 30 is equal to 120 degree. So this angle will be 120 degree. And at 5 o'clock, the angle will be 5 into 30 is equal to 150 degree. What will be the angle when time is 7 o'clock? So first, let's do 9 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, when we look at this figure, we could find that this angle between this hour hand and minute hand is 90 degree. 3 into 30 is equal to 90 degree. So at 7 o'clock, the angle will be 5 into 30 is equal to 150 degree. Okay. Next, the time is 2:15. 2 hour 15 minutes. Or we can say 2:15. So what will be the angle between these two hands? If we look carefully, we can see that this hour hand is not exactly at 2. It is slightly moved. And we know that this minute hand moved about 90 degree from 12. That means 1/4 parts. And this hour hand also rotated or moved 1/4 parts. So in 1 hour, this hour hand will move 30 degree. So 1/4 portion of 30 degree will be 30/4 is equal to 7.5. That means this hour hand moved 7.5 degree from this 2. So this angle will not be 30 degree. It will be 7.5 less than 30 degree. So we have to subtract this 7.5 from 30 degree. We will get 22.5 degree. So the angle between the hour hand and minute hand at this time at 2:15 will be 22.5 degree. So like this, you can practice more problems using this clock. Okay. So these are 3 activities related to clock. What is the angle measure between the hour hand and the minute hand of a clock when the time is 9:30? Second one, what is the angle between the hour hand and the minute hand of a clock when the time is 2:20? If the time is 10 minutes past 3, what is the angle measure between the hour hand and the minute hand of the clock? So these are 3 activities related to clocks. So try to do them. And I will upload the answers in my upcoming video. Next one. Let's draw some geometrical patterns using angles. So for that, let's draw an angle at 90 degree. Then mark points at 1 centimeter gap. So here I'm marking some points at 1 centimeter gap. Like that, you can mark in the vertical line also. So we got equal points in 2 lines. Then you have to join these points. So I will show you how to join. So for that, you can join the stop point on the vertical line and the second point on the horizontal line. So draw a line like this. Next, from the third point of horizontal line to the second point of vertical line, like this. So in this way, draw lines. Now you got a pattern at this angle. Here we have drawn a 90-degree angle, and now we got a pattern at this angle. Now let's extend this pattern. So for that, let's draw a square here, or let's complete the square. So place your protractor and mark 90 degree. Then draw a line and mark points at 1 centimeter gap. Again, draw another line at 90 degree. Then complete the square and mark points. Now you have to draw this same pattern at the opposite corner here. So for that, draw lines from this point to this point. So like this, draw lines and you will get the same pattern at the opposite corner. So here you got a beautiful geometrical pattern. You can use different colors. Like this, you can draw many other geometrical patterns using different shapes. And I will upload more geometrical patterns in my channel. So if you want to get that patterns, please subscribe my channel and please select all option at the bell icon to get the notifications for my upcoming videos. So I hope you all enjoyed today's class. And if you like my class, please like, share and comment your opinions in the comment box. So thank you all.